Yo, okay. Hi. This is a bit weird, but if you're seeing this, you've made it to phase 2 of this whole YouTube channel adventure situation. And I will introduce myself. Let's start there. Hi, I'm Achelle Kings, and this is my YouTube channel. What does that mean? I have zero idea. I have no idea what that means for either the videos that I'm gonna post or the road that we're gonna afleggen. Yeah, I'm Dutch, by the way, in case you didn't know. Afleggen. The road we're gonna walk together as a viewer and a creator. And I have zero clue where this is gonna take me, like 0.0, which is also an inside joke because I don't drink any alcohol. Don't worry, I also don't drink any non-alcoholic beers because that's for non-alcoholics. Anyway, off the beaten path right away. And I'm not gonna filter this because maybe breathe. Yo! Uit, oké. Misschien moet ik er even bij staan. Here, I've got this awesome standing desk. Yeah, that's better. Is it? I don't know. Is it better? Oh, and this is my mic. Cool. It's a cool mic, isn't it? Yeah. So, listen, I've got all sorts of talents. I've got all sorts of equipment in the house, and I'm at the point where I literally cannot take it that random nitwits are gonna give me certain type of advice and that I should just start posting and sharing my creative talents in warehouse parking lot barbecues that smell like what? No. This is where I draw the line, okay? I've been procrastinating. I've been busy elsewhere. I've been reinventing myself. I've been transforming back into my pure version of myself. Like, I've been a bit busy taking care of things, getting things straightened out. But this is where I draw the line. I mean, it's a very kind guy that said that, but I hope you won't take this the hard way. But I'm not going to take advice from losers. Sorry. Achelle Kings, yeah? I'm Achelle Kings. Maybe you don't know what that means, but I do, deep down. And yeah, I'm scared shitless, but booyah. Hey, okay, dus. So, here, de kop is eraf, we would say in Dutch. Which means like I chopped his head off. Yeah, and we're just gonna go for it. And I'm gonna see, I feel like I'm getting not excited because excitement can be a bit dangerous for people like me, but it's more about having fun and truly feeling this whole next chapter. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, maybe this is what it's gonna be like. We don't know, right? Like, I have no idea where this is gonna go. So let's just say that I've got that all out of my system. Breathing is going to be hard for me most of the times. So yeah, I'm going to probably have to remind myself of take a deep breath every once in a while. You know, every once in a while. Like how much does a man? Ja. Nou, dit gaat lekker hoor. Zo. Ik zie nu ook pas dit kleedje. It's a lovely kleedje, but it doesn't look very organized. So, that's better. Yeah, I am having fun though. Okay, so this is phase 2 of this channel because as you can see, I've got the sure beta, beter hè? And yeah, I'm also going off the beaten path and I have no script. But yeah, we're gonna see how long that takes. Because I also, we're gonna experiment with what's gonna work and what not. And I've got all these experiences, and I want to share a bit of strength and hope with you. And yeah, if all I can do is give you a bit of excitement for your own life and a little spark, then my mission would be accomplished. How am I going to do that? Well, of course, I've got to feed my own soul. And basically, this is not my YouTube channel, but it's God's YouTube channel. And what does that mean exactly? Well, we're going to see. Because I'm not God. That's the only thing I know for sure. So, my name is Achelle Kings. Yeah, I'm international these days. My Dutch name is for my Dutch peeps only. Exclusive. Okay, so I've been gifted with gifts and talents. So we're gonna use whatever comes in handy. I can make paintings. I can do bedazzling. Like here, look at this. I've got this. I'm doing this head of a lamp, which is basically freaking awesome. It's also a bit more work than I thought, like with everything. So and I'm working on my God can and he will. Oh, it's like this. And he will when it's time. So this is for stuff that is out of my league. And I'm quite like powerful for like a tiny human being, right? Like I think of things and then I get it done and then that's it. But there's so much more that comes to a lot of things that I want to do in my life that I cannot control. So I cannot, but God can. And then I'm going to put it in this goed uitneemnis blik. And then I'm just writing stuff down and I'm putting it in the God can. And as you see, this also took more time than I thought. Yeah, so there's that. Then there's the paintings, which that's going to be like quite a difficult subject for me every once in a while, because I've got to admit that I did lose my mind when I started out with painting. Not when I started out, when I was like 5 years old or in a different lifetime, but like 6 years ago, I lost my complete everything. My sanity, my mind, my will to live, my everything. Because I started catching demons in my own paintings. So that's a bit of a sensitive subject for me, as you can imagine. But hey, that's okay. Then there is me writing. I'm not really a writer though. Like okay, this is what I know. Oh, this is fun because it's going to get clearer and clearer along the way. You're basically a witness from discovering who I actually am, just like I am. Like I do not know more than you. I only have my life and you are watching it. That's the only thing here. So that's good to have as a distinction. Then there's also me being good with words. Let's put it that way. I'm like a wordsmith, lyrical miracle. Like, like I think I'm a rapper, but the thing is, a friend of mine called me very beautifully a poet. But a poet sounds more like a very serious spoken word artist. Like I'm not that. I'm not that. I'm also not like a gangster, obviously, as you can see. Well, in the physical realm. But yeah, so I'm not from the hood and stuff like that. But I am a lyrical miracle. So we're going to see how that turns out and where that's going to bring me. Bring us, because now we're in this together. You can still get out, don't worry. If you don't, you can unsubscribe any moment, don't worry. Like it's not like the Scientology church or something. Don't you worry. I'm sorry. I can also become a comedian. Like we seriously have no idea what it's gonna be. Then there's me loving fashion and clothing. I'm not like like a model where I've got a few stories about that too. But I did love to make clothing when I was like already like, I think like 12, 14, like that age. I didn't really carry on with it, but I could pick it up like this, you know. I don't mind. Then what I also love is music, obviously. Yeah, and then there was this situation where I kind of like, yeah, I think it kind of escalated because I actually wanted to learn how to make my own beats, because I actually had like a shitty experience with a guy who had like made a track for me. He was like the producer, and then he kind of like took my voice, and it already is quite of an aggressive record from its own. And then, but that was my limit. That was the furthest I wanted to go into the aggressive dark realm music. And then he, without my consent, took my voice and he started tweaking it around, and it went from powerful light side aggression to dark side hell parking lot lady. And he used my voice without my consent. And then, of course, yeah, it's all experimenting. No, you did not have my permission. So that's how I thought, you know what? I should have to learn how to make my own beats. So I am hyper independent, like I've been my whole life, because I had to survive. And also because I did not know any better. And I'm learning now that I can also lean on others. And if it's too hard, that I'm not asking for enough help. Breathe. Yeah, I know. Nobody said it was easy. Yeah, because if it was easy, everybody would do it. Jezus, ik moet echt even... Okay, so yeah, we're going through a lot in a rapid pace, I can tell you. Rapper. Anyway, where was I? Okay, so then I decided to learn how to make my own beats, and then that escalated because that turned into me being a DJ, because there were all kinds of DJ guys there, and I just couldn't help myself but show them how it's really done. I'm not even a DJ, man. I'm not even a DJ, and I did a better job than you guys. Think again, just saying. I'm sorry, but it's true. So yeah, and then I suddenly rented out my apartment via Airbnb, and I spent the summer in Ibiza in 2024. While I also had a burnout from working for the biggest music label on the planet, because it was run by some like little boys club here just around the corner. And I left my safe and sound construction job with car and 10 card and moved back to the area where I'm from. This was all 2022 or 3. My best friend got married on that same day that I was going to move. And one of my grandmas it was her funeral day too. So that was a big day, but I don't remember the year anymore. Yeah, hey, I wasn't in clarity yet, okay? I still am, by the way. But you probably have noticed that. Anyway, breathe. Okay, so that was that, and this is then, and now we're learning. Anyway, oh yeah, and then Ibiza. Oh, okay, so suddenly I was a DJ at Ibiza, in Ibiza, on Ibiza. Ibiza. Il Fischer. And I found out that I'm actually not a DJ. But I also saw that, because there's 2 reasons why DJs go to Ibiza. 1, to start their career, and 2, to end their career. I thought I was going to start my career there, but apparently I ended it there. Well, perfectly fine. I experienced a lot there, and Jesus. Yeah, and then I keep breathing. keep breathing. Adem in, adem uit. Ja, serieus, hoe doe je dat dan? Even rustig aan. Okay, so I came back from Ibiza. I seriously thought that I was gonna do the techno thing and I was gonna go back into the underground scene of Amsterdam. I was gonna build my own community and I was gonna freaking go for it. You know, I was gonna go, I was willing to. I even pitched myself in the Radion. Like, seriously. At this point, I'm like 4 years sober and clean. I'm like, you know, shiny. I had my nose job. I had my buzz cut. Like I was brand new me, you know. So for the first time in, I think, since my psychotic night in the 28th of 2019, 28th of November 2019, it's where I really picked up something in the Radion. And you know, that's really for another time. But it's quite an interesting story, if I say so myself. So I was back in this Radion, which is like, how can I describe this without being blocked? Yeah, so it's basically like a crack hole meets Amsterdam mini Berghain, but it's not really Berghain, but it's like, I don't know. Let's call it a clubhouse. Een clubhousie. Okay, so it's a club. We'll leave it at that. It's an Amsterdam techno club. I don't know why I'm doing this, because it's more like underground. There's also probably, I don't know. I don't get me wrong, I love Radion. I'm going into, like, I don't want to hate on Radion, but if you know, you know, and if you don't know, then don't go. Okay, so that's what I want to say about that. Breathe. Okay, so coming back from Ibiza, I was invited by a friend of mine who was playing in Radion as a DJ. Like, being a DJ is not like a rare thing here in my group of friends. But okay, it was rare for me to go to Ibiza and then also to come back and decide, you know what, I'm going to really do it. Maybe I should become artist handler in a club like Radion. Like, if I really want to do it, then this is what I've got to do, right? Like, you got to get into the community, got to do like bar shifts at Sunday mornings and stuff like that. And I was pitching myself there in the Radion backstage to the two guys who owned the club, or like booked the club and owned the club. And, you know, I once celebrated my 27th birthday in Radion, and that was quite just before it started to get like big for Amsterdam understandings again. And everybody had to dress up as their star sign, which was, again, quite an interesting story, but for another time. Anyway, so I was like there, like, hey, yo, do you remember me? Yeah, I had that birthday, remember, with the star signs. And he was like, wonky, like, you know, Sunday afternoon, and they've probably have been at it since Wednesday. And then I come in like shiny and fresh as fuck. And then my friend was like, do you want to go pitch yourself now? Because this is the moment, you know? And I was like, okay, yeah, let's do it. Okay, there we go. Hi, I don't know if you remember me. No, he didn't. He did not remember me at all. I think there was like a tiny little, but I looked so different. And my whole energy, of course, is so different. And I'm not part of the crack furniture anymore. So yeah, this was like a lifetime, like 6 years of difference, 5 years at that time. So it made perfect sense that he did not recognize me. I think it's a good sign that he did not recognize me. But the other guy did recognize me though. Like, so there, yeah. And they were like, what? Because I was like, yeah, I'm ready to go for it, and I want to get back into the scene. And if you need an artist handler, I'm gonna be the one to help you out. And they were like, hmm? They had never experienced somebody pitching themselves in the backstage at a Sunday afternoon. But hey, there's a first time for everything, right? I mean, I just saw that in a movie or something. I don't know what I was doing. I just followed my educational program that I built up upon movies. Not just Disney movies, I can tell you. Sorry, I'm having so much fun. I never knew this could be so much fun. Like, if you just breathe and let go of all the great ideas and all the plans that I had. Like, I've got scripted out situations, and like, I mean, I am going to talk about things with a bit more of like a structure, but this is so much fun. I'm having like true fun. And I need to breathe. Anyway, so I never got to be the artist handler at that club, in case you were wondering. And then I went to the other extreme, because that's how I am when I do my research in a certain type of field. I'll go all the way, right? So I'll go to the bottom, and then to the west point, to the east point, and then I turn it all around, and this is it. So I did that with this too. So, okay, that was the underground way in for me, because that's the Amsterdam scene that I basically came from. Lost my mind, lost it all, and then thought maybe this is the moment to give back to it as an artist handler at Radion. Yeah, there are other ways probably, but also, why would I want to go back there, right? Like, that's the place where it really did not go very well for me. But then at the same time, that's also a story for another time, because it's so rich, it did all start there, but it didn't actually start there. It ended there. It ended at Radion, and it started at Awakenings. And that too is a story for another time. Or not. No, just... Had ik je even? Sorry, okay. Focus. Coding, focus. Anyway, okay, so no DJ thing in Ibiza, like on a continuous base. Like, I did DJ at Ibiza, but I did not want to go and stay there, and then also go to DJ in Dubai. And then there's the scene, like in the winter you go to Dubai, and then in summer you're at Ibiza, and then you play music, and that's your life. Oh, okay. Anyway, sorry. Breathe. I could get cancelled right before I start my first video. Like, so, okie-doke. Then I came back to Amsterdam. Okay, I was not going to do the artist handling in Radion. Then my dear friend, he actually helped me out a lot there. He really tried. And then, I love him. And then he even matched me with another situation. Anyway, I tried all sorts of things to try to get back into Amsterdam. And it just didn't really work out. Probably because, God had other plans for me. And then I tried it the other way. And I went into conversations with like the biggest commercial DJ of the world and his team. And he's got like a whole company, right? Like 100 people is his whole business. And it's Martin Garrix. Like, that's like the number one DJ. So it's like, go from there to... So, didn't turn out... It wasn't my journey either, because I still had to go through all these other things. And I just didn't remember that I kind of lost myself in the whole DJ thing while I wasn't even a DJ. Yeah. So, like, I think like 28 days after I had made it possible for myself to have the DJ equipment, CDA 3000s and like the Xone and everything. 28 days after that, I decided to sell them because I needed the money and I didn't know what to do with my life. And then I just knew I needed money. And I did this whole sales journey, and then I landed my job, my current job that I've got. And I'm very grateful for that, because without that job, I would have never been able to come to at least a point where I could at least remember that I need to breathe, you know. I'm not saying that I'm in breath all the time and that this is the most calm version that I can be, like we're going to grow. Thank God. Because it's quite a painful and uncomfortable point in life where I'm at right now. And that's perfectly fine, because it's not going to last forever. But this is where I'm at right now. And I'm very grateful for my job, but it's like I'm hiding my talents, you know, like I'm not on this world. I'm too crazy. I'm too twisted. I'm too unique to stay in this very, very healthy, beautiful, honorful 9-to-5 job, which I'm gonna do as long as I can, until it's time to maybe, I don't know, hopefully maybe become a successful business owner myself, right? Like, it sometimes looks like I'm naked, but that's not even my problem. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. And that's what I had for now. So thank you so much. Thank you so, so much for being here. Like, if you've made it to this point in the video, I freaking love you. And I hope you'll start to love me too one day. And then at least we've got one line of love going on here in the world that wasn't there before. And yeah, this world needs a bit of love, you know, a bit of like pretty things, and like, yeah, let's have some fun, you know, let's have some fun and see where this goes. So yeah, helemaal crazy. And phase 2 launched. Oh, and if you remember, like, you know, I can't even say the words. But yeah, you know what to do. If you like this video, you want to support me, just let me know. Okay, love you. Bye. Dan moet ik natuurlijk wel uitbeeld.